Merco Kuelloo is one of Argentina's fastest rising stars in the world of boxing, a name that's quickly becoming known for explosive power, relentless pressure, and a hunger for greatness that refuses to slow down. Born on September 21, 2000, in Arroyo Seco, Santa Fe, Merco showed promise from a young age, and his journey began as an amateur where he proudly represented Argentina at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics in the featherweight division, stepping onto the world stage with raw talent and fire in his fists. But it was in the professional ring that Kuelloo truly found his rhythm. Since making his pro debut in December 2020, Mirco Cuello has remained undefeated, with an impressive record of 14 wins, 0 losses, including 12 knockouts, a staggering KO ratio that proves his power isn't just hype, it's a serious threat. Standing at 5 feet 5 inches with a 168 centimeters reach, he may not be the tallest in his weight class, but his presence in the ring is massive. Fans call him the sniper not just for the accuracy of his punches, but for how he targets weaknesses. With laser precision and ends fights decisively, Kuelloo is known for his aggressive style, always pressing forward, breaking down opponents with vicious body shots and lightning-fast combinations. Each time he steps into the ring, he brings not just skill, but heart, the kind of fearless energy that turns fights into statements. Despite his short pro career so far, Kuelloo has already dominated fighters from Mexico, Venezuela, and other boxing-rich nations, including a 2023 breakout fight where he scored a stunning third-round TKO against an undefeated Venezuelan, which sent shockwaves through the boxing world. His performances have earned him a spot in the top 10 featherweight rankings by major boxing organizations like WBA and WBO, and experts believe it's only a matter of time before he fights for a world title. What makes Mirco stand out even more is his mental discipline inside and outside the ring. He trains relentlessly, puts in over 6 hours of gym work daily, maintains a strict diet, and constantly sharpens his technique. His coaches often praise his focus, saying Kuelloo is the kind of athlete who shows up early, leaves late, and never takes shortcuts. Every punch he throws is practiced to perfection. Outside the ring, Mirco is humble and grounded. In interviews, he always credits his team, his coaches, and his country, saying that boxing isn't just about winning, it's about sacrifice, patience, and honor. He's a symbol of hope for young fighters in Argentina, often compared to national legends like Marcos Maidana and Sergio Martinez, and for many, he's the spiritual successor of that legacy. He's becoming more than a fighter, he's becoming a movement. His fights are now followed globally, with fans from Latin America to the US cheering for his every move. His unique blend of Latin fire and modern footwork makes him one of the most exciting featherweights to watch today. He attacks from angles, slips punches with timing, and lands his shots where they hurt the most. As of now, Mirco Cuelloo is on a mission not just to stay undefeated, but to prove that he's ready to rule the featherweight division. And judging by the way he's tearing through opponents, it feels inevitable that the world will soon be calling him champion. From a small town in Argentina to the bright lights of the boxing world, Mirco Cuelloo is writing his story with every punch, and it's only just begun. Mirco Cuelloo is quickly becoming one of boxing's most exciting young stars, an undefeated powerhouse from Argentina who's making waves in the featherweight division. Born on September 21, 2000, in Arroyo Seco, Cuelloo first made headlines when he represented Argentina in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. That moment was just the beginning. Since turning professional in December 2020, Mirco has built an unbeaten record of 14 wins and 0 losses, with a stunning 12 victories by knockout. His style is aggressive, fast-paced, and pressure-heavy. He doesn't wait. He dominates from the opening bell. Fans call him the sniper for a reason. His punches are fast, accurate, and devastating. Despite being just 5 feet 5 inches tall, his ring presence is massive. He's already defeated some tough opponents, including an impressive knockout win against an undefeated fighter from Venezuela, which helped him climb the international rankings. With every fight, Cuelloo proves he's not just a talent, he's a serious contender. Analysts believe he's on the path to a world title shot, and organizations like WBA and WBO are taking notice. But beyond the punches and wins, Mirco's discipline stands out. He trains harder than most, stays humble in interviews, and always credits his team and country for his success. He's a rising role model in Argentina, inspiring young fighters who dream of global success. Whether it's his explosive knockouts, sharp footwork, or fearless attitude, Cuelloo is proving that he's here to stay. And if he keeps going at this pace, it won't be long before the world sees him with a championship belt around his waist. Sergio Rios Jimenez, aka El Chacul, is an undefeated Mexican featherweight contender, emerging from San Luis Rio, Colorado, Sonora. Born on December 17, 2000. He is 24 years old and boasts a flawless professional record of 19 wins, 0 losses, with 7 knockouts, giving him a 36.8% KO rate. World Boxing Association. Making his pro debut in February 2019, Rios Jimenez has compiled 86 rounds of experience over those 19 fights. He generally competes at 126 pounds featherweight, sometimes at super featherweight or lightweight in early bouts, and has risen steadily in the WBA rankings, where he's currently positioned around the number 15 spot in the featherweight division. As of mid-2025, known for his technical boxing skills and strategic approach inside the ring, Sergio blends disciplined footwork with solid defense, using angles and timing rather than raw power to control the pace of his fights. On August 8, 2025, Sergio is set to face Merco Cuello of Argentina in Benghazi, Libya, for the vacant WBA interim world featherweight title, a high-stakes matchup that marks his first fight beyond Mexico. Cuello enters with a record of 15-0, 12 KOs, giving him a massive 80% knockout rate, which starkly contrasts Sergio's more technical 36% KO number. Despite the disparity in knockout power, analysts emphasize Sergio's ring IQ, defense, and ability to control tempo could give him a tactical edge, especially against a southpaw like Cuello. As Sergio fights orthodox, this fight will test his adaptability, stamina having fought more rounds, and ability to perform under pressure on a global stage. If he wins, his place in the boxing world could shift dramatically, catapulting him into major championship contention and significantly boosting his international profile. Sergio Rios Jimenez, nicknamed El Shaquel, is a rising undefeated featherweight contender, hailing from San Luis Rio, Colorado, Sonora, Mexico. Born December 17, 2000, he turned professional in February 2019 and has since built a record of 19 wins, 0 losses, with 7 of those by knockout, yielding a respectable 37% KO rate over 86 total professional rounds. While not known for raw power, Sergio's strengths lie in his smart, disciplined boxing, technically sound from the orthodox stance, quick on his feet, controlling distance, and pacing the fight with precision. He's climbed steadily in the WBA's featherweight rankings, currently at number 15, thanks to consistent wins primarily in Mexico, where he's never been pushed past 8 rounds in his bouts. On August 8, 2025, Sergio faces his toughest challenge yet, a showdown with Argentina's Merco Kuelloo, an explosive southpaw with a 15-0 record, an 80% KO rate for the vacant WBA interim featherweight title at the Martyrs of Benina Stadium in Benghazi, Libya. Analysts view Cuello as a heavy favorite, odds around 1/20th, or a 90% chance, due to his devastating power and knockout ability, but Sergio brings ring experience at 86 rounds. vs Cuello's 60 tactical discipline that could neutralize wild aggression. If he controls distance, avoids Cuello's power zones, and executes smart defense, the fight could go Sergio's way. A win would catapult him into real-world title contention, significantly boosting his ranking and international profile. It's a classic fight of caution versus explosiveness, ring IQ versus knockout threat-making. Sergio Rios Jimenez, one of the most intriguing underdogs in boxing today. Sergio Rios Jimenez, known throughout the Mexican boxing scene as El Chacal, is a technically savvy featherweight prospect whose deliberate, disciplined style stands in contrast to more explosive punchers in his division. Hailing from San Luis Rio, Colorado, Sonora, and born on December 17, 2000, he launched his professional career in February 2019, compiling a perfect record of 19-0. Including 7 knockouts, a 37% KO rate across 86 rounds of competition. Despite fighting primarily in regional Mexican shows, he has earned reputable wins on national cards, gradually climbing to number 15 in WBA's featherweight rankings while staying within the orthodox boxing mold. Solid jab, sharp footwork, ring generalship, and layered defense. Sergio isn't a highlight reel fighter, but his wins often come off disciplined point fighting and precise combination punching to the head and body, forcing opponent mistakes and capitalizing on openings. The defining test of his career comes on August 8, 2025, when Sergio enters the ring against Argentina's soaring southpaw prospect Mirco Cuello, who enters unbeaten at 15-0 with 12 KOs, boasting a feared 80% knockout ratio, with less overall pro-round exposure around 60 rounds. The fight headlines a high-profile WBA card in Benghazi, Libya, with the vacant interim WBA World Featherweight title on the line. Oddsmakers heavily favor Cuello, current odds 1/20th, implying a 90% win probability, driven by his knockout power and southpaw angles. However, Sergio brings intangible assets, ring maturity, strategy, and composed resilience. He's fought more rounds, 86 versus 60, which speaks to his experience under pressure, and his orthodox v southpaw matchup could offer him opportunities to land straight rights and bodywork to earn rounds deep into the fight if he executes a disciplined game plan using jab, lateral movement, clinch resets, and timed counters. He may frustrate Cuello's power, take the pace into later rounds, and win rounds on points or force an unexpected late stoppage. Victory would break the narrative of Cuello's power dominance, elevate Sergio into elite contender status, and position him for mandatory title fights and international exposure. This bout is a classic clash of styles, a measured boxer versus explosive finisher, and it makes Sergio Rios Jimenez one of boxing's most compelling, strategic challengers as of 2025.